What is going on, Movie Meals? Spoiler review for Incredibles. We're just getting into it. Spoilers. Let's go. Kyle, just start talking spoilers.
Jack died. No, I'm kidding. Jack doesn't die. As we said in our non-spoiler, if you saw that one, you jump right back in to what we saw before, and they pick up at the Underminer. We've all been waiting to see what the Underminer is all about, and he doesn't play a real integral part of the whole entire story, but it's just a great way to remind us about what happened in the first. He is still on the loose. That's right. But we get to jump right back in. We get to see Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl just fighting against each other, and it's really at this scene that we start to see like how great all the action is in this movie. Like, it's really like breathtaking to watch for an animated movie. Like, Brad Bird just does a great job at making this movie feel like a live action cinematic feel to it. But at the same time, it reminds you that it's an anime movie, but it's an anime movie basically for everyone. I think in this beginning scene where we see them fight the Underminer, they don't win, but it's just such an awesome moment to see them go at each other. And it just keeps on going throughout the rest of the movie. All the fight scenes, all the parts where Elastigirl is trying to stop the Screen Slayer. It's just so much fun to watch. Like, we get to see more of her powers. And it's just a blast. Like, all the action moments I just love. That one of them did not disappoint for me.
Yeah, you can tell that Brad Bird directed one of the better Mission Impossible movies, full of action and suspense. Like, it's so good. To me, the biggest thing is Jack. That I could watch 2 hours of him fighting that raccoon as a baby.
Yeah,
I could watch 2 hours of that. The pew pew thing is fantastic.
Jack, like a laser.
Even at the beginning when they like are arguing who's gonna take Jack as they're trying to stop it, like it's the best part of the entire movie is Jack. And actually, I was telling a buddy of ours, I want if they're gonna do a third, which I think they're gonna probably fast track a third now after waiting forever, and then it's on pace to make over $140 million. I think they're gonna end up fast tracking a third, and I think they need to do a time skip. I don't want to see directly after. I want to see, like, let's move Violet from, what is she, in like 8th, 9th grade? Let's move her to graduating high school. Let's put Dash in high school or about to go in high school. I want to see Jack at Dash's age with 17 powers that I want to see him be able to control, and I think that would be cool. That's what I want to see next. I don't want to see another right away continuation, because that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, Jack is so cool, but now I want to see what it's fun watching him as a baby. I've seen 2 movies of it now.
Yeah.
Now let's see what Jack is as an adult or a young adolescent going through puberty or something. Like, what if he's going through puberty and just the craziest things can happen. Him trying to talk to a girl or like, it'd be so funny. I think that'd be awesome. That's what I want to see. Yeah, Jack steals it, and it makes up for the weakness of the villain.
Yeah, true. And I like that you mentioned, like, for 31 a time jump, because we've all been wondering about how this is going to work between 1 and 2. Is it going to start right away? Is it going to jump a few years? But when you find out that it just starts off right away back from the first, you wonder, how is there going to be more growth exactly? Like, literally, we just saw them grow in, like, the first one, and then we're just jumping right away into what happened right after. But it really does work about expanding their characters and how they change as a person, basically. Like, you see Mr. Incredible, he learned in the first one that he needs to focus on family rather than trying to live in the past, but now that he's trying to be a family man in this one, he's trying to learn what it means to be a father and how to be responsible and how to juggle.
Scenes with that.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, they're funny scenes, but then they're heartfelt as well.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect combination.
When he says to the kids, I'm trying to be Mr. Incredible, as in I'm trying to be the best dad I can be.
Yeah.
And it's, that he's like, because the script is so hit and miss for me, because I thought it misses on the villain for sure compared to the first one. As the first villain's so great, misses on the villain, but then makes up for it everywhere else.
Yes.
Like a lot, because those scenes are so great. Like when he takes them to the diner, he finds out where the boy lives, and he that scene is so funny.
The violent scene,
the water
that killed
at
the theater.
Jack or Dash is just like trying to play like his dad. It's so great. And then when they have that heart to heart, and he says he's sorry, and he's trying his best to be the best dad, and he wants at the beginning he's like, I have to be a good dad so she doesn't come home, so then I can be a hero again. And then it slowly morphs into, I need to be a good dad because I need to be a good dad. And it's so great. The mom learns a lesson because in the first one, we see her fighting, trying to be a hero, and then at the end being like, being a hero's okay, and now she's thrust into it. She's the hero, and it's a great angle. Frozone's in it the perfect amount. They sprinkle him in, and that's perfect.
I was worried about being overdosed with too much Frozone, but coming out of that movie, I was happy with the amount they gave us. Like, there were so many cool scenes where they expanded his powers, and like the final scene with the ship about to hit the city, but he just makes so much snow that it's able to save the day. Like, I was cheering in that scene. I just thought it was the best thing. And he's still smooth, he's still Frozone, he's still Samuel Jackson, but it works so well for that role that I was happy that there was more of him.
They don't overdo him, they don't overdo his wife. I was worried maybe we might get like 5 scenes of
or
her
like
yelling,
her,
and we just
like,
get the
yell
one.
at him
and
or something.
It's super funny, it's super great. This movie is so much fun. Like, I had a blast in the theater. But with the villain, though, we were sitting, and our roommate, Adam, went in his Mr. Incredible outfit that he got for Halloween. And he, when the villain got revealed, like, yelled in the theater. He's like, called it.
There was a lot of
people,
people,
I whispered to myself, we all called it. It's not it's a predict. You knew when you met the two, it was gonna be one of them. As it keeps going, you realize how tech savvy she is.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, it's her. Like, it's not just this pizza delivery boy who's saying, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know that it's her, and her reason, like, the execution isn't great. The reason's not bad. Where you know it's you know the superheroes are so great when they got outlawed. Dad, you know, during a break-in tried to call the heroes and really wanted the heroes. And I think that, and you know, she was like, no, you should have gotten the safe room. I think that's a cool idea that it's just mentioned and it doesn't hit home as well as it could have. Maybe more scenes, flashbacks of her as a daughter there or something. Like, that maybe would have made her a little bit more heartfelt, but instead it's just quick, easy, sad backstory, and I'm bad because of that. And so she's weak, she's predictable, but it's okay, because Jack's funny with his bubble soap thing. The scene with him and Edna is fantastic. It is so funny.
That worked a lot better than I thought I would. When Edna came back, I was like, I'm excited, but I'm really hoping, like, it's not for the sake of just
same with Frozone, not more of it. I want it sprinkled in perfectly.
It was sprinkled in well. I thought they were going to go in another direction where they show like more costumes or something from her, and I was like, I'm gonna have that scene again. But they only showed it a little bit for Jack, but it was perfect for the movie. It
makes sense. Put him in the chamber instead of have the suit, because he is so insane and
he's
crazy.
Wearing it, and they need a test on him anyway.
He controls everything. It's ridiculous. One thing we didn't mention in the non-spoiler review I want to bring up that's a little side conversation is I actually want to do a quick little talk about that opening short at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the opening short at the beginning of the movie. And we had some really... Guys, we live in Montana. Very red state. We have... When it starts... And I was telling a friend of mine, we had people laughing at the way they were designed. And they were making fun of them because of their ethnicity. And it made me mad in the theater at the beginning. There were a couple of teenage kids who are probably borderline racist, and I was furious. I was sitting next to my girlfriend, and I was like looking around, and she's like, what's going on? Like, she wasn't listening to it, and I was like, people are laughing at the design of these, because there was no conversation. It was in the very beginning when they're just watching TV, and the grandpa's there with the daughter. And you're watching, and you hear kids laugh. They're laughing at the grandfather, and that is racist, and it's awful, and you deserve to rot. And I had to bring that up. I meant to bring it up in the non-spoiler review too, but it bothered the heck out of me.
Yeah, that's really disappointing to hear. My theater was really loving it.
They ended up loving it at the end, I think, for the most part. Everybody did, except probably those few borderline racist. I mean, my girlfriend cried. She cried. Literally, you could hear people sniffling. It gets you.
My theater, I think it got us, but there was also the shock value when the reveal. When the reveal happened. No, I don't think it was the reveal part. It was the part before where she's having to fight with the food and she eats it. And I think it was there was such a shock value to it because people kind of forgot that it was actually food, and it
and
wasn't
that's
like
okay
a
to
metaphor.
laugh at that point because you're shocked, you're uncomfortable, you're like, what the heck?
Literally though, like there was just a brief pause. And then everyone just slowly started laughing to the point where everyone was just laughing so much because everyone was uncomfortable about the realization. Like, we were so invested in, like, this relationship that we forgot that it was food. representing the metaphor of what the story was, and then the reveal that
he's real.
Yeah,
he's a real
that
kid.
he's real. Yeah, and that was
the second it ends.
She doesn't. If case of people are watching like the spoiler and didn't see it or not, that she doesn't eat the kid. It was food.
No,
the
it's a spoiler. They've seen it. They've seen it.
Hopefully, I'm just saying. There's weirdos.
They've seen it.
There's weirdos out there that watch spoiler stuff.
But when the reveal happens and it's her son, and you realize what really happened is she was so close with her son as a child, and then he got so distant and cold to her.
Yeah.
And he had to learn to love her like again, basically. Like he had to. And the second it ends, I'm just sitting there like, I gotta call my mom. Like I thought that. I gotta call my mom. I gotta tell her I love her. Like that's the first thing you think of is just I need to talk to my mother. And I need to thank her and my dad. Like, you could hear people being like in my theater, we heard, because we saw it at different times. Yeah. You could just hear sniffles and people are like, don't call mom. Like, it was so good. It's one of my favorite Disney shorts. It's up there with the cowboy, the dog one for me. Like, it's one of the best. Anyway,
Pixar's
back to
good.
Incredibles.
Pixar's good at those.
Anything else you want to talk about at Incredibles?
One more character arc that I really enjoyed was Violet. I thought she was,
you get more of Violet.
I thought she was one of the not weaker parts of the first one, but she definitely needed to expand her role just a little bit more, just to give her some more character development. And I thought that they did a really good job at doing that for the second one. Her arc was great. I liked the direction that we went with her. And if they do make a third one, another 20 years later or whatever, I hope to see a lot more of her because I really enjoy her as a character. She was one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, her and Dash have great chemistry back and forth. The way they act towards each other as siblings is so great. That's why I want to see. Now let's put Violet where she's slowly in these movies getting out of her awkward phase. Yeah. So now let's see her with confidence. She's a hero. She's stronger. She's going into college. Yeah. Let's see Dash maybe a little bit more jockey, going into high school, going through puberty, and then let's see Jack in full control. Or even if we jump even farther, like it'd be so cool if like they were all not heroes anymore, and Jack was, because he's so powerful with all his different powers, that he was just like the best hero on the planet, this young hero. Like that'd be so cool to me. Yeah. And if they do the third, I think they might. But yeah, I second that with Violet. I think it's great. Anything else for spoilers?
For the first one, in terms of the genre, like not only was it a family film, but it was a superhero film, it was a spy thriller, it was an action film. The second one, it's a little bit more of a family film in general. It's not so much of a spy espionage thing, so if you're looking forward to that, it's not quite there, but it's totally okay because of the overall message that the film is trying to represent. I think the genre does really well for it.
Love your family. It's the point of the short at the beginning. Go call mom right now. Yeah, anything else? I'm good.
Yeah, that's all I needed to say. Incredibles is awesome.
All right, guys, go check it out in the theater. Go support the film. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, all that great stuff. Go call your moms. And thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.